Hi, I'm Dr. Raja and you are watching my YouTube channel IT Tech Trend. In this video, I will show you step by step how to configure static routing in Cisco Packet Tracer using router, two switches and 4 PCs. The network has already been deployed. The full step by step deployment of this network is already done and I have added the link in the description. Let's start our the network is here. Lab objectives are configure routers in Cisco Packet Tracer, define a static routing table, configure the PCs, test the functionality using the ping command and PDU delivery, IP addresses for topology, router to router IP addresses. I'm going to use class A IP addresses for both the routers interfaces. And for the LAN 1, I'm going to use class C IP address 192.168.1 and their PCs.2.3, LAN 2 router IP address 192.168.2.1 and .2.3 for their respective PCs. The deployed infrastructure is showing a two network, but actually there are three networks. The first router, switch, and two PCs. This is a one network. Then router, switch, and two PCs. It's a second network, and these two routers is a third network. Before we're going to be start, we have to check the interfaces of our network. The router, the interfaces for this network is you hover over the cursor there, it shows FA0/0, and this interface IP address is 192.168.1.1, which is basically going to become our default gateway for all the connected devices, so they will be able to communicate outside the network. The second router to router, this interface is FA0/1 and FA0/1 for this, and another the network is and FA0/0, which is this network is. Now we start configuring the devices. So I will copy the IP address, this PC, and desktop IP configuration IPv4 address 192.168.1.2 subnet mask is automatically the default gateway. If we do not assign a default gateway, this is the default this default gateway is the IP address of interface of the router which is connected to this network 192.168.1.1. You are not able to communicate outside the network, but you can communicate inside the network. So again, IP configuration for second PC and .3, I will change and add default gateway here. The second PC of the first PC of the second network, desktop IP configuration. This time our network IP address 192.168.2.2 and the default gateway is .2.1, which is a IP address of this interface. I will configure the second PC desktop IP configuration 192.168.3, then subnet mask, and the default gateway is 192.168.2.1. Now we configure our routers. At this stage, all the routers are showing red because we did not configure and the port status is not switched on. The configuration, click on the router, and as we know, this interface which is connected to this network of the router is fast Ethernet 0/4/0. So interface fast Ethernet 0/4/0. I can add IP addresses 192.168.1.1. Subnet mask automatically there. When I will click the port status on, the light turned green. Now I'm going to be configure the second F fast Ethernet 0/1. When I configure this port and our click is port status on, it's not going to turn green. 10.10.10.1. The reason for not turning green is because this interface is connected to the another router interface, and that router interface is still not on. So I will configure this interface first and add class A IP address 10.10.10.2, and there is a subnet mask, and you will see they both are turned green now. Now I will configure a second interface which is connected to the network, and this is FA0/0/192.168.2.1, 192.168.2.1, and click OK. Our networks are connected. They are ready to communicate inside the network. And to check the connectivity through the ping command, desktop, command prompt. Unfortunately, they are not able to be communicate outside the network. The reason is the routing table is not defined. They will ping 192.168.1.3 and the sent packet 4 received 40 loss. Now we'll ping with router. Great. Sent for packet received 40 loss and loss. Now we test the outside the network, and we knew it's not going to be communicate. The reason is the routing table is not defined. It's saying is the host unreachable. So we are going to define a routing table first. When we define the routing table, then we are able to communicate the outside of the network. We are defining a static routing table. Click on router. Under the routing, click static. The first thing is our this interface of the router 192.168.1.1. This one is communicate to the this network, which is 192.168.2.1. I also added a routing static routing table here as well, which we're going to be deploy. Okay, so we will add here this network 192.168.2, and we add 0 at the end. 0 at the end mean any IP address, any number after .2 is allowed to be sent and receive the information. And enter the mask 255.255.255 and .0. Now, next hop. Next hop means your neighbor address. That is your neighbor router. So what we're going to do now, we have to add our next hop. Our next hop of this network is this interface, which is 10.10.10.2. So we will add 10.10.10.2. And this time for the next hop, we enter a complete IP address, which is the assigned to this interface, and click add. We created a routing table here for this network. Basically, every router have a routing table. Routing table have complete information of the connected devices, router to router IP addresses. This is what we doing here now. Second router. Now this network want to send and receive information to this network. So route under the routing static, and our network is 192.168.1 and .0. So any IP address after number after this 255.255.255, because it's our class C IP address. Now our next hop is of this IP router This interface of the router interface 10.10.10.1. So we enter a complete IP address of this interface and click F. Now we define the routing table, and after that we try to be communicate through the ping command. Let's see. Hopefully this time it's works. So 192.168.2.3, we're going to ping. Sorry. Okay. It shows time out the first time because it's done, and now it's going to be fully. You can see the first time is normally just sent 4 packet, receive 4 and 0 loss. Now we send a PDU to test its connectivity. That is working. To delete this first because normally it give an error first time in the Cisco Packet Tracer. So sender send a data to its connected switch. Switch forward data to router. Router going to forward a data to the next network router. And it's showing in progress PC0 source and PC2 destination. And router send to the connected switch forward to the respective receiver destination. Now destination send back acknowledgement to its switch forward acknowledgement back to its router going to send acknowledgement back to the sender router network. Router send back acknowledgement to switch and switch then forward. It's still showing in progress and hopefully it's going to return successful. There you go, great. So we tested the network through a ping command and a successful PDU delivery. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching.